This is once in a lifetime thing. It's never been done.
It was crazy. I've been here all my life, and since 1976, we've had one opportunity, and we did it, and it's phenomenal.
This is huge for our community. We really need this.
What everyone's been going through, I had a rough year, everyone's had a rough year, and for it to bring it home here in Tampa, man, it's just unbelievable, unbelievable.
Welcome back to Tampa Bay's big game. You heard those fans getting excited for the Bucs' first Super Bowl appearance since 2003, and we caught up with them at a pop-up Fanatic store right outside the Bucs training facility, where you can still get merchandise like shirts, hats, and yes, even face masks. And to understand where the Bucs are right now, it's really helpful to look back at how far they've come.
Yeah, it certainly makes you appreciate how we got to this point. Our Paul Legrone is giving us an overview of the team that started out as a struggling NFL franchise and is now playing for their second Lombardi Trophy. And Paul, between these Super Bowl appearances have also been some pretty lean years here.
That's right. It's been a journey, hasn't it, guys? You know, I remember my first Bucs game at the old Sombrero on the other side of where Raymond James Stadium sits now. It's where the parking lot is now. I was, 11 years old. This was 1988, Bucs Saints. And I've been a Bucs fan ever since. I can't even remember if we won or lost that day. I just remember that as a childhood fan, I've been watching the Bucs every season since, no matter where I've lived. And because of television, you know, you go from job to job and you travel around the country. I'm a lifelong Bucs fan, but, you know, it hasn't always been easy. And to know the Bucs is really to know the city of Tampa. There are some parallels there. You know, the city has had its ups and downs. So have the Bucs. We started as a franchise and expansion team in 1976. We went 0-26 over the span of those first 2 years. We almost didn't win a single game over 2 years. Then we had, you know, Leroy Selman came along, Doug Williams came along, lifted up that team, brought us, we were on the doorstep of the Super Bowl in 1979. We lost it to the Los Angeles Rams, but out of nowhere, they lifted that entire team up. And then we went through 13 losing seasons during the 80s and the 90s. You know, Sam Perkins or rather Ray Perkins and Sam Weish, and we went through quarterbacks like Pez Candy and Vinny Testaverde, who I love to this day, still one of my favorite quarterbacks, but he struggled here. And then comes Tony Dungy, brings a winning culture to the locker room, and really I think the guys around him, Warren Sapp, Derek Brooks, John Lynch, all those guys, Rondé Barber, work done, they loved him as a man. He wasn't a yeller or a screamer. He was a soft-spoken guy that just knew what he was doing. And now after Dungy, he built that team, and John Gruden came in and got us the win at the Super Bowl. We went through another 13 years without even coming close to the playoffs. And then Tom Brady comes along, and much like Tony Dungy, Brady changed the culture of the team. And make no mistake about it, you know, Brady chose this city. He knew the potential. He had a winning defense. He had offensive weapons. Brady could have gone anywhere, but he chose to come here. And back to Tony Dungy for a second, because he really did lift this franchise up. And, you know, you see him on national TV talking about football, but he decided to make his hometown Tampa Bay. And he actually talked with us today as we talked to ABC Action News reporter Eric Waxler. He actually interviewed Coach Dungy one-on-one about his insights on his former team, and about what he thinks are going to be the keys to victory in Super Bowl 55.
Tony Dungy is a beloved figure here in Tampa, and he told me not that long ago even he couldn't have imagined the Buccaneers not only in the Super Bowl, but doing it with Tom Brady as their quarterback.
Hard to believe, but that's football in this day and age. It's been a great year for the Bucs.
Tony Dungy's now lived in Tampa for 25 years, and he says he continues to love it here. His family has grown too, with he and his wife Lauren adopting 7 kids. Despite all those years where Tom Brady's Patriots were rivals with Dungy's Colts, he says all his boys are rooting for number 12.
Yes, they are. As a matter of fact, my son Jordan has a Brady jersey. Tom signed it and sent it to him, and he'll be sporting that on Sunday for sure.
While the NFL has pushed through to get to this point during the pandemic, Dungy says it's been a tough year for Tampa to host a Super Bowl.
I feel sorry for the host committee, all the work they put into it, and not be able to show everything. But Tampa's a great place to have any type of event. They've done a wonderful job considering the circumstances.
Unlike past years, Dungy doesn't have to worry about anything now but having a good time.
I'm having fun. Just as a fan, I don't have to work. My job with NBC is already finished. I've got connections to both teams. I coached in Kansas City for 3 years. I know the Hunt family very well. And then, of course, you know, being in Tampa all these years, living here, it's going to be a great week for me. I'm just enjoying it and soaking it up.
Dungy told me originally he was planning not to go to the Super Bowl, but to watch it at home. But then it sounds like his kids really want to go, so he will likely be there inside the stadium. In Tampa, I'm Eric Waxler reporting.
Eric, thank you. You know, Tony Dungy, Tom Brady, if you could put two statues up in front of Raymond James Stadium, you know, you might as well put those guys up. They have had a mountain of impact on this franchise. People are going to come to play for Tampa as long as Tom Brady is still quarterback, and he may play well past the age of 45. Who knows? And if he's still here, you're going to have free agents, people that want to come to Tampa because they know that it's a winning culture, and Tony Dungy certainly helped establish that. And I'll tell you guys, as we send it back to Jamison and Wendy, you know, when the story is written on Brady's career, it may very well say that his star was born in New England, but he had a heck of a lot more fun here in Tampa Bay with Bruce Arians calling the shots and letting it fly downfield.
Yeah,
So
Paul, I
true.
would say he certainly has had a season unlike any in his career. He just feels a lot more free and open, a lot more smiles, too, this year as well. All right, Paul, thank you for that look back. If you don't have a reservation for the Super Bowl experience, there are plenty of ways to take in the sights of the big game all around town. Now, first, you can download the NFL One Pass app to your phone. That will get you into Curtis Hickson Park, which is offering live music, food, some cool spots for selfies, and the biggest one for a selfie, a huge sign in the shape of the Greek symbols for 55. There's also an oversized football helmet at the Riverwalk Technology Village. And don't forget about the Jose Gasparilla Pirate Ship near the Convention Center. That's where a fireworks and laser light show takes place several times on Friday and Saturday nights.
And if you don't want to drive all around town, well, the City of Tampa is running a free shuttle tonight and all day tomorrow. The stops include the Super Bowl Experience, Curtis Hickson Park, Waterworks Park, and the Tampa Theater. We'll share this map to our free ABC Action News mobile app so you can pull it up while you're out and about. Well, the Buccaneers are playing in their first Super Bowl since 2002 season, and some fans just want to sing about it.
Yeah, ABC Action News sports anchor Kyle Berger found one Bucs fan that puts his fandom in music.
Welcome to Tampa Bay. Oh, hey, yeah, man, it's catchy. It's got a good beat. Buccaneers season ticket holder James Elliott wrote and produced this Buccaneers anthem in 45 minutes at his home in Pennsylvania.
A friend of mine he was running his mouth, a Packers fan, before the game, and he sent me this really crappy, like freestyle Bucs song somebody did. He's like, you should do one. I was like, you know what, maybe I will.
We got a new captain now. Tom Brady's at the helm, brought his first mate Gronk.
The writing that's the easiest part. Literally lived Buccaneers football for the last 25 years.
James, who also goes by Dirty, named off nearly every player on the roster. To Godwin, AB, Scotty, and 13. Except
I know two that I didn't, and I just didn't have after the fact. Sean Murphy Bunting and Jordan Whitehead. Shout out to them. If this makes it, God, I'm sorry.
And goodbye, boy, you can't move. Number one rush defense in the league. His favorite part of the song is the last line, where he calls his shot, the Bucs Super Bowl champs. We're still holding the Lombardi trophy overhead as the first team to do it in front of our fans. Welcome to Tampa Bay.
I have a very passionate feeling and trust that if you love the Bucs and you hear this song, you're gonna want cannon fire, like immediately, like, yes, let's go.
Fire the cannons and seize the day. In Tampa, Kyle Berger, ABC Action News.
See that as the walkout song.
Yes, it's a great
pretty
song.
Good.
I got to download it on my phone.
All right, still ahead, a Super Bowl-sized surprise. Meet some of the healthcare heroes who will get to watch the big game in person.
And why they say this thank you means the world to them.